If there's one thing we're famous for here at What Culture Wrestling, it's our trademark, relentless positivity about WWE. But recently it's come to the attention of this reporter that a number of you guys are down on the product. I've read actual comments from actual people saying that WWE is actually bad. I know, I couldn't believe it. Straight up though, lads, I'm not having any of it, and I swear to you now, as Vince is my witness, that I will make you all believers again in, well, however long this video takes. My name is Adam Cleary, and these are 5 things WWE fans have to look forward to in 2018. Number 5, the reset button. So let's not about here. The 6 weeks between pay-per-views we've just endured was, in terms of television, absolutely horrendous. Without the release valve for their storylines, WWE simply repeated the same formulas week after week after week after week after week after week. Happily though, the events of Money in the Bank should draw a firm line under some of these endless ongoing feuds and curious relegations. To be fair, some of them haven't actually been going on that long, they just really feel like they have. The tag team division should hopefully be brought back into existence. Bobby Roode can stop pretending to be Kurt Hawkins, and there is surely nowhere for the whole Zayn and Lashley feud to go. Now, the real fun can start. Hopefully. Number 4, SummerSlam and Survivor Series. There is a solid reason why WWE builds its calendar around these big 4 pay-per-views, and that is because, on some level, they always tend to deliver. Now, the first 2 this year were pretty good, so it's safe to hope that the second 2 will be as well. For the former, we do admittedly need to brace ourselves for another 8-hour show, but at least 2 of those hours should contain some of the best and/or most interesting matches we see all year. We could get Bryan versus Joe or Nakamura. We're apparently getting Rollins versus Brock for the title. Strowman might cash in at some point. Dean Ambrose is set to return as an actual lunatic fringe. I mean, for all we've lamented their placeholder spring booking policy, summer's probably going to be that much better as a result. As for Survivor Series, well, the fact that it's not only a dual-branded pay-per-view, but a cross-branded one as well, means we're going to get some very interesting, compelling matchups. Last year's main event and New Day versus The Shield were really ridiculous, yes, but good to watch nonetheless. Number 3, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Daniel Bryan. The fact is, the WWE version of Shinsuke Nakamura is nowhere near as good as it could have been, but that might not matter when it comes time to face Daniel Bryan later this year. Put simply, Nakamura is, either as a result of WWE requesting it or just his natural physical decline, a very different wrestler to the one we thought we were getting. He's less the king of strong style now and more just your mate who does mat style. Needs work, that. Regardless though, there are literally awards named after Daniel Bryan because of how good he is at mat style. Thus, a match between the two promises to optimize this new version of Nakamura whilst making the most of this heel character that's been good on camera but not quite translated between the ropes yet. What inspires real optimism here though is, in spite of the fact Nakamura doesn't look like the explosive in-ring worker he once was, both men have said publicly already in the past, in real life, that they have been dreaming of this match with each other since at least the moment Nakamura walked into the company. It's at least 2 years in the planning. Number 2, the end of Brock Lesnar's title reign. The fiction of WWE is simply atrocious for so long as Brock Lesnar reigns and, lol, defends his Universal title. With his schedule, there is simply no narrative point for which to build Raw around. Now, yes, he's done this before, and it wasn't so much of a problem in 2015 when he was having a career-best in-ring run, but that luster has all but evaporated now in a haze of sweat and German suplexes. He wrestled 2 legitimately great matches last year in Goldberg and AJ Styles, but other than that, all else. Now that WWE have very spitefully broken CM Punk's world title record, you'd think, and here's that refrain again, things can't possibly get any worse. Apparently still bound for UFC at some point, there is no way Brock Lesnar can drill Seth Rollins with 9 German suplexes this autumn, take 2 token bumps, and then bust him open hard way again. Doesn't matter how much you like that broken record, WWE, you're gonna have to stop playing it eventually. Number 1, the women's division. Right before Money in the Bank, my close personal friend Michael Sidgwick wrote in the very article from which this video is adapted that the women's division could not get any worse. It had two champions that were way out of their depth and not a lot else. Well, after Nia played her part in a genuinely enthralling match, Alexa Bliss walked out looking like one of the most well-developed heels the country has seen in ages. Carmella scalped Asuka, giving her a first pinfall loss from which she now has to recalibrate, and Ronda Rousey legitimately staked a claim as the best thing in the company. I would say they have got better quite quickly. It wasn't even that though, like WWE must now see the groundswell of support behind Becky Lynch. There's probably room to let the Iconics do something, and they're finally ready to let Bayley and Sasha tear each other apart. All that plus Charlotte. I would argue the division has never had more going for it than it does right now. But, I mean, wow, Ronda though, all the skepticism that surrounded her debut is now given way to just outright panicking on our knees, praying that they somehow don't stuff this up. She's now stolen the show in a match with two of the greatest of all time and carried an error-prone champion through a high-pressure singles match. She might honestly be the best thing they've got. So there you have it, WWE fans. Five things to look forward to in 2018. I told you I'd make a believer out of you. Don't ever call me a liar. While you're here, why not click the subscribe button? Because with all this going on, obviously we're going to be covering it near enough to death. But whatever, thank you very much for watching. Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Why not? I do genuinely care. And until next time, my name is Bernardo Cleary. I'll see you soon.